Hello everybody, I'm Deanna from Nana's Journey, and today we are going to do block 5 from the Designer Mystery Quilt. This one's going to be called Windward, and it's by Vanessa something Gertzen by La Bella Boutique. That's her website, and these are the fabrics we're going to use. So let me get them cut up and then we will get started. Okay, I've got all the pieces cut out, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on these corner blocks right here. So we're going to start with B and E, then C, and then we'll add F. So start with B and E. Okay, I've got my lines drawn, and when I sew on there, I will cut in between, and then when I press it open, I will have 2 half square triangles. Well, I'll have 4. Now we'll just cut, press, and trim. Okay, I'll just cut these from corner to corner. And then I will press them open, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got them pressed. Now we just need to trim them and make sure the line goes in there. And we have our half square triangle. Let me just get the rest of these trimmed. Okay, we have all of those done, and now we will take our C pieces and 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, we're gonna make sure these are all right side up so that I don't have to check them later. Okay. And I'm just going to cut that into triangles. Okay. Now, what we want is, do we want it this way? We want it this way and this way because we want the green in the middle. So now we've got our big triangle. So let's get to the sewing machine. Okay, I'm going to take this, put right sides together, okay, and I'm going to press these open and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got those laid back out, and now I'm just going to flip it and sew. Okay, I'm just going to trim these off. We're going to take F. We have 2 of these, and we are going to cut them in a diagonal. Make sure they're laid out right. Okay, we are going to pair that up with these, flip it over, and we're going to sew. We're going to sew with this side up so that you can see this is the seam line here and the seam line here. We're going to come through the X so that when we flip it over, the point will be like that. So let's get back to the sewing machine. Okay. Flip that over. Now this is a bias edge, which means it will stretch out, so you want to be very careful. I think I might need to get closer to that point. Let's check that. Yeah, see there's some white there. I want to get just a little closer. Okay, let's press it open. Okay, I've got those pressed open, and now I just need to trim them. I'll make sure my diagonal line goes through. Okay, we have our cat's cradle units made, and now we need to get on to the next unit, which will be hourglass units. Okay, for the next unit we're going to make these hourglass units. It'll use 3 different fabrics. So these are our 3 fabrics. We've got 2 of the white, 1 of the green, 1 of the blue, and we are going to quarter them. Okay, they are going to go like this. 3, 4. And I've already made sure these are right side up. Okay. Sew along here, open them up, then I will take that, nest the seams, and sew, and that's all there is to it. Very simple block. So let's get to the sewing machine. Okay, now that we've got those sewn, we just need to trim. So make sure our diagonal lines go along with the seams. Then we have our hourglass unit. Okay, the only units we have left, I believe, are half square triangles. Yeah, we're going to make 4 half square triangles, and we're going to put those in a pinwheel block. So again, wrong side, wrong side. Okay, where's got my friction pin that erases with the heat of the iron. And with these 2 blocks, I will end up with 4 half square triangle units. Okay, I'll just put right sides together. Sew those. Okay, now I'm just going to cut in between, and then I'm going to press those open, and then we will trim. Okay. Just again, you want your 45-degree line of your ruler on that seam. Okay, for a pinwheel, you want the corners, like the dark corners, making a circle. Whoops. Okay, what did I do wrong? There I go. And these were all pressed towards the blue so that when I sew down this seam, those will nest. These will nest. Then I'll open them up, press one side one way, one side the other way, fold those together, nest the seams, and sew. Okay, now that we have our pinwheel pressed, we can put our block together. And the blue of the hourglass goes towards the pinwheel. And the white corners goes towards the outside. The green goes towards the center. And that is what our block will look like. So I'll fold them over, sew, open, do that down, do the same to the other side, fold, open, do that down here. The middle will get pressed to the outside, the top and the bottom will get pressed towards the middle. Then I can flip the top row over, nest the seams, sew, and do the same with the bottom. So let's get that sewn together. Okay, here's our block. Now I am going to put the first row of finishing on, the white rows. Every block has white around it, and I forgot to do that on block 4, so I'm going to do that on this one as well. So we'll put the shorter one on the sides, on each side, We'll press it open and then we'll put the longer one on each side. I have to make sure these ones I do get right sides together. When I said I had made sure these ones were right side up, I was wrong. I just thought I had done it, so I had to fix one of them. So, side and side, top and bottom. So let's get to the sewing machine. Okay, there we have block 4 with the first row of finishing and block 5 with the first row of finishing. And thank you for watching, and I will see you next month for block 6.